Hello students, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to discuss about the topic surrealism, which is a key concept which came into many papers in a form of short form or in short notes. So this is a term. So let's check out the meaning and the exact what is behind the surrealism and what is the concept of surrealism. So the key features of surrealism is sought to free the imaginative human mind, then reveal the unconscious, encouraging radical change and rejection to logic and reasoning. Surrealism literally means above and beyond the reality. So the key features of surrealism is like a surrealistic art, which shows often weird and bizarre, dream-like subject matters. Because surrealistic artists were interested in depicting the world of dreams and nightmares, desires, and imagination. So this is the picture which the painter has made. And apart from these artists and painting, there are many writers who write certain things like that that is above and beyond reality, like poets or some other writers which write fiction and anything like that. So that is beyond reality. So this movement began in Paris in 1920s in reaction to the horrors of the World War One, and was influenced by the research and work of Sigmund Freud, who is neurologist and psychoanalysis. So Freud has a significant influence on the beliefs and practice of Surrealists. He believed that our subconscious thoughts are symbolically represented in our dreams and fully understand ourselves. We need to tap into these dreams and encode the messages. So, artists, writers, and poets were inspired to explore the conscious and subconscious mind. So Dada was a closely associated movement with the Surrealist, which began in Europe along the 1960s because the Dadaists and Surrealists felt a sense of freedom of expression and were appalled by the horrors of World War. And they took a radical new anti-approach that took challenge and traditional and social and artistic values and rejected rational thought and order. So World War II effectively ended organized surrealist activities in Europe, and many surrealists took refuge in the United States, where their ideas influenced by younger artists, including the abstract expressionist. So surrealist continues to influence many artists today, and it develops out of the writing of the poet called Andrew Breton. And Breton wrote the Manifesto of Surrealism in 1924, which highlighted the importance of the dream state in art and writing. So Breton defines surrealism as a psychic automatism in its pure state by which one proposes to express verbally by means of written work or in any other manner. So the actual functioning of thought, it is the actual functioning of the thought and it is dictated by the thought and in the absence of any control exercised by reason, exempt from any aesthetic or moral concern. So there are two main types of surrealists. First group created artwork that were done automatically without thought and were meant to show the workings of the subconscious mind. Freud used the method called free association to help patients with mental illness. This idea was adopted by many surrealists who painted whatever come into their head. So artists such as John Magro is Spanish and Andre Masson try to achieve this in their work through the abstraction and without reference to object and people, places or things. This is the Andre Masson drawing which is in showed depicted in 1924. A second group which included artists such as Salvador Dali and Rene Magritte. They use very familiar everyday objects painted in a formal, realistic style and juxtaposition them in an unexpected places that were impossible, the way things may occur in a dream. Like Salvador Dali, 1 second before awakening from a dream. And this is the painting caused by a flight of a bee around a pomegranate in 1944. So Salvador Dali's approach to surrealism is described as a spontaneous method of irrational behavior, and Dali used realistic items to reveal his dreamlike images. His paintings are executed with great care and often depicted unrecognizable objects in great detail and are usually placed in unrealistic situations. So his artistic pursuits include painting, dressmaking, jewelry, filmmaking, and sculpting. And Dali thought personal fame and was often outrageous in his life, and Dali felt that he had to live his life in a surreal manner in order to be a surrealist artist. He once gave a press conference with boiled lobster on his head and went to the costume party dressed as a rotting corpse. This is the painting of made by Salvador Dali. In the name is Persistence of Memory in 1931. So this is the view of the memory, like how many clocks can you count in the persistence of memory? What is the surrealism about this painting? This is the question came into the mind of the viewers and to the critics. Rene Magritte often used everyday objects and transformed them, linking back to the initial function of the object, and his ability to capture the form and paint realistically was important. So Margaret paints Son of a Man as a self-portrait with a suspended apple defying gravity in the rest of the setting. The brick wall, sea, and the sky are normal. So how would you interpret this painting using ideas of psychoanalysis, and what could the apple be hiding literally and philosophically? So let's. This is the painting made by. This is the painting view of Rene Magritte, the Son of a Man in 1964. This is a view, Son of a Man. This is another picture of Lessines Pass on a Pipe, made by Richardson. So, Cecilia's pass on a pipe. At first glance, you disregard the inscription, but then you allow yourself to contemplate a little more, and then the light bulbs turn on. As it is said, not a pipe, but a representation of it. This painting challenges us to value critical knowledge and processing. As humans, we visualize images and language, but almost never differentiate between the idea of representation versus reality. So, humans have this amazing capability of critically thinking and of understanding the idea of individuality. And what is fascinating is how often we disregard our critical thinking cap as we bombarded with the representation of reality. Like in this one task, Rene Magritte Empire of Life, if we want to critically access this painting, so what would you see first? And after contemplating, what do you now see? What is now not right about this scene? And how Margaret achieved this deception, and what do you think it is important to develop critical thinking in visual arts? Another one is John Miro. He was influenced by surrealist poetry, writing, and automatism. He created painting in ceramic sculpture and the set of theater and dance. The potato is a playful artwork involving the elements of shape, movement, and color to suggest form and space, and there is a linear floating and spatial quality where partially identifiable organic form interact. This is a painting of John Miro, the potato. It's a little lengthy in case John Miro, the potato in 1928. Another one is James Gleason. James Gleason is an Australian surrealist artist who was influenced by the psychoanalytic theory of Sigmund Freud as well as Swiss psychiatrists Carl Jung and Andrew Breton. For more than 6 decades, James has worked in surrealism and exploring the possibilities beyond the obvious and everyday object. Juxtaposition with alternative realities and experience through dreams, hallucinations, and differing mental states rather than focusing on purely private fantasies and more significant contributions made by surrealist artists. So, including James, they are visionary and profound statements that comment on the human conditions. This is the painting made by James Gleason, the named as James Gleason, Sentinel of the Late Season in 1897. 1987. This is another painting, The Fire, named as the Fire in 1995, depicted in 1995. So I hope you understand the exact meaning of surrealism and what is the motto and the methods by different writers and artists. What are their motto and what they want to eliminate and what they want to put into their work. So I hope you like it and please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.